Good day everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'll be doing my tips and predictions as to who I think will win the 2024 AFL season grand final between the Sydney Swans and the Brisbane Lions. That is being played at the MCG on 12:30 Saturday. So before we move on to who I think will win the grand final, let's have a brief look at how each of these two teams' seasons have gone so far. So, first team we'll look at is the Sydney Swans. The Sydney Swans have been a dominant force throughout the entire season. They've won out of the first 14 games, they've won 13 of them, which is impressive. And it looks like they locked in a minor premiership spot just over halfway throughout the season. However, they had a bit of a form slump throughout the middle of the season, losing, I think about 4 of the next 5 games. And one of them was actually a 112-point loss to the Power. Can you believe that? But anyway, after that loss, they turned their season back round and finished off the year strongly, securing the minor premiership spot. So, lucky for them. They bounced back strong after their form slump. Whereas Brisbane Lions, well, they've been also a pretty good team, despite having a very, very slow start throughout the start of the season. Well, during the first 7 games, they managed to only win 2 games. But then, after their 2-5 starts, they crept and crept and crept up on the ladder before losing quite a few games later on in the season. It looks like through 3/4 of the season, they were going to lock in the top 4 spot after their disastrous start. But no. At the end of the season, they choked way too many games. And yeah, that ultimately cost them a top 4 spot. And they only managed to finish 5th on the season. But during the finals, they managed to beat Carlton. They managed to beat Carlton, GWS, and Geelong. The Carlton game, they were up 60 points, could you believe it? 60 points. And then Carlton did come back strongly in the second half, but Brisbane managed to hold on. And then the GWS game, well, I tipped Brisbane to beat GWS, and guess what happened? They did beat GWS at NG Stadium, could you believe it? And it was a 44-point comeback. Wow, what a comeback. So, good win for them there. And they managed to beat my beloved Geelong Cats at the MCG on Saturday last week. I was a bit disappointed at that game. I really wanted Geelong to win that so they could advance to the grand final and have a chance at securing the second premiership win in 3 years, but no. Sadly, it wasn't the case, and Brisbane managed to come from the clouds in the second half after a poor first half performance to win the game by 10 points. Yeah, it looks like Geelong were going to win that game at half time, but no, Brisbane managed to come back from 25 points down to still victory from the jaws of defeat, and they're into their second grand final in a row. Wow, what an achievement. What a coach Chris Fagan is. He really deserves a premiership soon. Anyway, that's it for the brief rehash of these two team seasons. Now, I'll move on to my grand final tip for the 2024 AFL season. So, my tip. Yeah, so Sydney, I forgot to mention Sydney's finals run. So Sydney had a very close win against GWS in the first qualifying final. They came back from the clouds to win the game by 6 points after Joel Almighty kicked the game winner. So yeah, that was a very impressive win for them there. And they advance to the prelim final where they take on Port Adelaide. Despite Sydney having a very disastrous record against Port Adelaide recently, they wanted revenge on the Power after they got hammered by 112 points and backed up their revenge talk with an impressive 36-point victory over the Power at the SCG to advance to the grand final. Alright. Yeah, and Brisbane, I talked about their finals run already, so let's get into the tip for the 2024 AFL Grand Final. So, both these teams have had really good finals runs so far, but one of them will win all the glory, while the other one finishes just short of the Premiership Cup. My tip will be that the Brisbane Lions will win this game by 16 points in a very, very high pressure, lowish scoring game. But hopefully it turns out to be a ripping game of footy like all grand finals should be. And yeah, for my big call, I'll go the Brisbane Lions to win this game by 16 points. And that Lachie Neale, the superstar that he is, kicks a goal and has 35 more disposals and wins the Norm Smith Medal for the 2024 AFL season. So there you go. I'm going to be tipping the Brisbane Lions to win this game by 16 points. Yeah, I reckon it will be a very close game in my opinion. I could easily see Sydney winning this, but I reckon that Brisbane, after they lost the grand final last year by 4 points, I reckon they wanted to redeem themselves and do it for Chris Fagan. And yeah, they wouldn't want to lose 2 grand finals in a row. So I'm going to tip them to win this game by 16 points. And yeah, Sydney, fortunately, will lose the second grand final in 3 years. But I could be wrong here. Hopefully, it's just a great game. That's all that matters, to be honest. Just want it to be a great game. But yeah, for the Swans fans, for the Lions fans, best of luck for your team this week, this Saturday or tomorrow. Hopefully, you guys get to watch a brilliant grand final. Enjoy it with your family, relax, have fun, and best of luck. Hopefully your team wins. So yeah, that will be it for my tipping video of the 2024 AFL season grand final. Hope you all enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more future content.